is the session all about the system, so that when we edit it for you and put it back online, if you want to go straight to this, you can do that. Folks, I'm now going to share my screen. If you've got another tab open, you can follow me as I do this. So I'm now just going to share my screen with you. Let's just do that. Let's bring this here. Bring this up here. Can everyone see the screen? Please unmute your mics because I now can't see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Folks, the first system I'm going to show you is Basecamp. Basecamp you can access by going to basecamp.innersummit.net. This is where you get all your resources, recordings from the sessions, activities, quizzes. It's where you get to access all of the resources in line with your apprenticeship. I will show you how this works. And like I said, please ask questions as we go along, because I can't see you now. So really need you to stay focused and just chip in so that you're not always listening to my voice. Your username is your first name underscore last name. Your username is first name underscore last name. Your password, I think, has been sent to you. Call out if you have received your password.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Stay with me, folks. Once you log in, can I have a call out? Has anyone gone into this yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so some of you have gone in. Have you accessed all the information?
Nope. No.
Is it
Some
where
of you
we had to do our maths and English?
No, this is a
No.
different thing.
Oh, okay.
Your maths and English is slightly different. So here, when you log on to Basecamp, this is where you always get your resources, the PowerPoint slides, the workbooks. Once you log in, you will have access to a number of courses. If you log in now, you'll be able to see these. You'll have this one. You'll have cybersecurity around keeping safe online, also around safeguarding and prevent, what we've just touched on now. You will also have a quiz course. But the one I want to draw your attention to, and remember to be chaotic engineers when you have a go on this, is the one with the logo of Cabinet Office. So let's have a look at this. Once you go in, remember this is recorded so you can watch it back. You have access to a full calendar with all the dates. First thing I'll bring your attention to. You can click that and you'll get a brilliant kind of like a high quality res PDF of all the dates you can stick on your wall. Then as you go down, you'll see it's in sections. Can I just get a call out? Is this close enough on the screen for you?
No.
That better?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, let me bring it a bit closer. There you go. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, as you scroll down, there's some sections I really just want to bring your attention to. I'm not going to show you everything because that's what the chaotic engineers will do for a month. This is important. Go in here. What's involved? You say, why is that? Have a look. On the right, you will see everything you need that I'd encourage you to read before we meet latter part of April. You've got the standards. You say, what do you mean, Chris? Well, do you remember the skill scan? Here it is. Let's bring this a bit closer. You remember the skill scan? All of these are the standards we are going to cover in our time together. You're going to provide and gain new knowledge, skills, and behavior in all of these standards. These are the big headings of the topics we're going to cover. So the 5 learning cycles fit around all of these micro standards attached to these big topic areas. Worth a read. Next, the assessment grade and plan. Let's open that up. Folks, if it's one document I'd encourage you to read, it's this one. If you want to know what the grading systems are, how to get merit, distinction, this is a great document to read. Those of you who are a bit of bookworms, you will love this. Those of you who just are activists and want to just crack on, you'll just learn this as you go along. Really important. Assessment standards, these 2 documents. Then, you can click through and read the other intro, the other information about the apprenticeship, how it be assessed, etc., etc. If you're taking notes, here's another key document to download. Off-the-job training. Remember, this is being recorded, so you will be able to look back at it. Off-the-job training log. This is the evidence you will gather on your learning journey that you have done off-the-job training. You say, what do you mean, Chris? Well, once you download it, you'll have access to your off-the-job training log. So let me bring this a bit closer. Is this too far away, folks? Shall I bring it a bit closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay, have a look. So you need to keep a log of your off-the-job training, and we'll be chatting to your manager to be freeing you up. They have to free you up 20% over all your apprenticeship. So when we have tripartite meetings, we'll be working with your manager saying you should be freeing these folks up 20% of the time. Have a look at the types of things you can be doing. Here you go, massive list here. Let's just scroll down a bit more. You could be doing visits, you could be doing in-house training, shadowing, mentoring, workshop, which is part of the stuff we do for you, industry visits, learning support. There's so many things that can be off-the-job training, networking events, peer-to-peer support, research. There's so much. Download that and be chaotic with it. Any questions so far? Please interject. Everyone good? Give me a call out so I know you're still with me.
Yep.
Fantastic. So let's go back to Basecamp. I'm going to show you where that was again. You go down, first place to aim for is here. View Cabinet Office course. You're going to scroll down. What's involved? That's the first place to go. And enjoy it. Become chaotic engineers. Read through all of this, but the 2 big ones is assessment standards and off-the-job training log. And then enjoy reading the rest. The next thing to have a look at on here is when you go back into your course on Basecamp, there's hints and tips. I'm not going to cover that now, but in your month downtime, go in there and have a look. Build your evidence takes you to Summitfolio. We'll go there shortly. Where I want to take you is to the next big one here. Have a look at the workshops. Please, please, please know where this is, because this is where you can get all the resources that we deliver to you. Let me show you what I mean. So let's open it up. What you will find is on the right, you will see every session we deliver to you. You can even see now we've got the first one up there for you. Induction days 1 and 2. Then it will have cluster learning, action learning set, and it will all be listed down here, and that will grow exponentially. But let's have a look at what you should expect us to be providing for you. Can you notice we've already put the sessions up? Have a look here. Shall I play one of them? Oh, no, I'm not going to bore you with one of them. Who wants to do session 1 again? None of us. But you can watch them all back. Look at this. Session 3 is already up. How quick are we? And you can watch them all back. But also, you can download all the resources, the workbooks, the presentation that we've covered, and also any other information we think is useful to you. Glossary of terms we've put up there for you. Okay, folks, let me go back to the main screen. Firstly, I'm now going to come back on screen. Who's scared of the system? Oh, none of us. Oh, one of us. 1, 2, 2. Do I have any more advancements on 2? Any more advancements on 2? Pete's done 2 hands. That's 4. Folks, let's give it a go. Those of you who are activists or who had a close activist learning style, you'll prefer to just try it. Those of you who are reflectors, we want a little bit of space now to take it in. That's okay. Here's what we're going to do. 15 minutes. Has everyone got access to Basecamp?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Split you off into 3 groups. Work with your colleagues. I'll mix up the groups so you're working with new people. Each of you, if you have another tab open, have a look in Basecamp, play around with it. You've got 15 minutes, chat with your colleagues. Use this time to say hi and to network. It's not just about Basecamp, but use this time to network with your new colleagues. Folks, 15 minutes. Everyone good to go? Okay, give it a go. See what you think. Away you go. Okay.
Yes.
I just came out of the room with you folk, and we're just waiting for everyone else. Are you ready for the weekend? Got 1 day left at work, is it?
Yes,
Can't
long
wait.
weekend as well.
Apparently the weather's going to get bad towards the weekend. I hope it does stay okay. We'll see what happens. Welcome back, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
If you can. Brilliant. Okay, folks. Any questions from Basecamp collectively that you want to ask? Any questions?
Leanne actually mentioned in our break-off room that, do we know if we're going to be given actually assessments or assignments throughout, or is it just sort of like homework that you'll say, okay, this is little project, can you?
Great question. If I jump back, I'm going to quickly jump back to a few slides. Here we go. Oh, that one. You remember the 5 learning cycles? 5 learning cycles come down, then we end up at an action learning set. Every action learning set, and there's 5 action learning sets, we call them takeaways. They're not assignments where they get marked and assessed and all of that. They are takeaways which build up to when you get assessed in the green endpoint assessment, you have all the knowledge, skills, and behavior as evidence in your portfolio and the takeaway to take it to the endpoint assessment. So there's no assessments along the way where you get marked. The portfolio is where we look at and say, this person's growing in knowledge. This person's growing in skills. They're making an impact. And then the takeaways, 5, are used towards the end where we look at getting your diploma as well by building on those takeaways. All the assessments happen in the green. It's a long way away. However, all the work happens granular in that portfolio. Does that answer your question? Yeah, great question. Folks, assessment in the green. All the work happens in here. Another question. Basecamp?
Yeah, Chris. For the off-the-job training blog, I
Yes.
downloaded it and it's already got like a sample 2 hours. Do we just take that off?
Yeah, just take that off, Fabio. We
Right.
left that in there just so that you've got an example of what needs to be captured, how much detail. Folks,
Cool.
download that document. You're going to need it. You could even start using it straight away. We're here, remember? We don't have the first session here, but you could be doing off-the-job training and recording it even when you're practicing how to use Basecamp and Summitfolio. That goes down at off-the-job training. These 4 sessions goes down as off-the-job training. It's workshop. It's learning something new. So use that form. Well raised, Fabio. Take that sample out and start putting it in. First 4 are these sessions. Everyone okay with that? Thumbs up. Brilliant. Thank you. Hey, we should do some other thumbs up. We should just do some high fives and all. No, you're all like, no, Chris, it's Thursday, Wednesday afternoon. Forget it. All right. Any other questions, folks? We're all good. Okay. Whew. Who wants to see the portfolio? All right. Can I ask you to just put 2 hands up and go, yes, we're ready for this? Because afterwards you're going to go, why did we ever see this portfolio?
Chris, can I just come in there very quickly? I'm just looking at
Yes. Who was that?
Sorry, Chris, can you hear me
Oh,
properly? I think my
yes, we
mic is playing
can.
up a bit.
Yeah, we can hear you. Wahida, how
Yeah,
can I
no,
help?
so I wanted to know, are there learning resources? So for each sort of, I don't know if it's a module like people, organizations, and culture, do we have sort of learning resources we can read, content?
Yeah, another great question. What we do is we supply all the resources in here, so you'll get all the information. But when you start looking at the standards, remember, this is off-the-job training. It is you working with your line manager to input new knowledge, skills, and behavior. This isn't academia. We'll provide you with the resources in here and give you a reading list and resources, online resources to go to. But there's no one core book learning about business admin. Your learning happens on the job.
Okay.
With your manager giving you 20% time to learn new things. And a lot of your evidence will be around brand new things that you do and try at work. Whenever it's new, it's off the job training. And then all of these sessions, which account for about a day every learning cycle, you'll get the resources and additional kind of like suggestions to go and embed that learning further. It might be a book, a journal, an article, a tip, a TED talk. Has anyone ever heard of TED Talks?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of nods. So it'd be those types of resources. Wahida, great question. Does that answer your question? Brilliant.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, folks, the portfolio. I'm now going to share my screen. And again, just to remind you, what's good is that this is being recorded so you can watch it back. So let me just share my screen. And here we go. Folks, welcome to your portfolio. You will need to go to summitfolio.co, which stands for Cabinet Office, CH2, which stands for Cohort 2. So ch2.innersummit.net. That's the first thing. Summitfolio.coch2.innersummit.net. This is the place where most of your learning will be captured. It is an e-portfolio system. Once you log in, you will see, quite simply, create, share, engage. It is that simple. So let me give you an illustration. I'm now just going to quickly come back on the screen to show you this illustration. Can everyone see me okay? You're going to create a page and you're going to put stuff Can you see I'm using technical language? You're going to put stuff on that page. You've got one page. Bear with me. You have one page. You're then going to create another page. There you go. Created another page. But who's ever had the problem of losing paper? Who's ever lost paper, office paper at work? Is anyone? Yeah. Really chaotic, paper everywhere. If you have pages everywhere, it's not good. Same on this system. You're going to create a folder called a collection. You're going to create pages, put them in a folder called collection, and you're going to have about 3 folders, collections. That's it. Everyone okay so far? You're going to create pages and put them in folders, collections. That's the analogy. So let's do it. Here we go. So you'll see you've got 3 areas. Remember, this is being recorded. So try and stay focused, but also call out questions as I take you through it. Create it. Let's create a page. Here we go. Let's do one. Quite simply, add. I'm going to create a page. I'm going to call this page, really radical name, Induction, day 1 and 2. My goodness. I'm going to click save. I need to put something in that page. Over here, watch this. Over here, I'm going to put something. What's the something? I don't know. I'm going to put some text in. What text am I going to put in? This one's about knowledge. So I'm going to call that one knowledge. I'm going to click save. Brilliant. There's my first bit. Then I'm going to put another one in. It's going to be in the middle. No, I'll leave it there. What am I going to put in this time? I'm going to put in another text. This one's going to be called skills. Simple as this. Remember, this is being recorded. I don't like where that is. I'm just going to drag it to make it tidy because I know that's the best way to do it. Then I'm going to do another one. Do you know this one? I'm going to call this one. Someone help me. What shall we call this one? If I've done knowledge, skills, what's the next one? Someone help me. Impact, yes, impact. Behavior, the impact we make. I'm going to see how this works. All right, don't like that there. I'm going to shift it over there. It is that simple. All right, so now, what knowledge have I learned in this induction? Well, I did that questionnaire. I did that failure gap. I like that. Do you know what? I'm going to talk about the failure gap. Failure gap. And then I'm going to put a load of stuff that I learned, new knowledge, blah, 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 but a lot more evidence. And that's going to be under there. Do you know, I also took a picture of the failure gap slide. I'm going to put that in. Now, pretend I did. You'll then be able to put the picture in there. Folks, hands up if that's okay. Is that hard so far? Everyone okay? I can't really see you, actually. I should have said call out if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then, quite simply, I'm going to return to my main page. And there it is. But I've got a page. I want to put it in a collection, a folder. Let's build a collection. This is really important. This is one of the 3 folders that you're going to create. We're going to call this one my ePortfolio. Scroll down, watch this. You've got to attach it to business admin level 3. Really important. You'll see why. Smart evidence framework. These are your standards. Please make a note of this or you're going to have a practice in a second. Then click portfolio completion. Next, I'm going to add my page to that folder. It's as simple as that. Boom. But you know what? I'm not happy with that because I want to share it with my new colleagues. So who am I going to share it with? Well, definitely going to share it with Chris because he's marking it. definitely going to share it with Peter because he's my learning coach. I'm definitely going to share it with all my colleagues, Daniel, etc., etc. The main people you have to share it with is these three are the main ones. And then everyone in your class now. Chris, Rachel, who you met yesterday, and Peter. Also, you might never meet her, but Gillian is our quality person. You have to share it with these folks here. If you ever forget, we do tend to go in and just make sure you are sharing things. Let me click save. And it just takes you through how to build this collection. How easy is this? There it is. Now watch this. If I click it, I want to see what's happening here. All right. Oh, there's my page. Over here, I've only created one page, but there's 3 things listed. The first one is that business admin page. There's my page. And it's now attached to all the standards. Look at that. It's attached to all the standards you have to meet. So say now I want to open one of these standards, because in the induction we did about learning styles. And let me have a look. I'm going to attach it to, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll find it shortly. How we learn. I think it'd go under coaching. I think I'll put it under. Or as a role model. No. I think it's up here. Stay focused, folks. Almost there. I'm going to put it in here because I think it meets that standard. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to send it to Chris, Rachel, and Gillian. Hi, Chris, Rachel, Peter. It'll mainly be Peter, really. Have a look at this page. It is finished, I think. And then soon as you click save, watch what happens here. It turns into a circle, which means it's now going to Peter to mark it. Let me go to the top. Look at the key. This key is ready for assessment. This one is a few changes to consider. This one is almost there, minor tweaks. This one's meets the standards. So we've created one page. We've opened up one standard ready for Peter to mark it. You say, what happens next? Well, someone asked, give me a hands up or call out if you asked to see a test, someone's portfolio, an example. Who was it yesterday? Was it you, Jake? Yeah. I've asked permission from this learner from a different cohort doing team leader, and they said yes. This is what we strongly advise. This is one of the high performers, and he's given us permission to show this to you, how to do your portfolio. Always go for knowledge, skills, and impact. Please, please, please. Highly recommend you to do that. You'll see his standards, and you can see how many ticks he's got on it. As you go through, you can see he's got ticks everywhere. And if we have a look at one of his pages, the induction one, this is the same thing you're doing. You'll see what he's done is capture his learning, even the learning style questionnaire. There you go. Look, he's talked about it. Activist. He's categorized all the learning styles. He's then put how that's improved his own learning. Kerry, you mentioned Kolb. He's also mentioned that. But then also, I don't know if you noticed, let me go back to it. Have a look here. What he's also done under impact right at the top, he said how he's actually put that learning style into practice with his team, his colleagues. Kolb learning style, we tried, we reflected, we adapted, and we tested. A really good portfolio, this. And this particular individual flew through everything and really had this consistency of getting it right at the start by doing knowledge, skills, and behavior. What you'll find is that you'll get annotation comments. So you'll get comments from myself, from Rachel, from Peter. We'll make comments saying how great your work is. So folks, you know what we're going to do now. I'm going to split you off to be chaos engineers just for 10, 15 minutes before we close. Give it a go. Try. Just push buttons, try everything, see what you think. Then we'll have a final round of Q&As. We'll do an evaluation, and then I'll tell you what will happen next. Everyone okay? Brilliant. All right, then. Let me split you off. I'm going to mix up the groups. I will be dipping in, so if you do need me when I come in, just give me a shout out and I'll put my camera back on. Let's remix up the rooms. Enjoy your conversation with your colleagues. Away you go. Be chaos engineers. Give it a go. Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
It's usually at this time that people are feeling 2 out of 10 once they've tried Summitfolio. Hands up who is higher than 2 out of 10. Higher than 2 out of 10. We've got one person. That's very good, actually. We tend to have just at this stage people going, oh man, what is this thing? Remember the failure gap? That's why we did that first. It's okay. Please lower your expectations. It's the first time you're seeing this system. It becomes easy once you have a little go at it. Do you all trust me on that? Give me a call out if you trust me. Let me hear a yes if you do.
Yeah.
That was just one of you. So one of you. Yeah. Folks, genuinely, if you've just known how to log in, that's brilliant. Let me give you the what next. Remember, we've got a month before we actually start. Jake, you're going to ask something.
Yeah, sorry. Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
You know how you said before that there would be 3 folder collections? Have I made that up, or did you definitely say that?
I definitely did.
And
So,
you know how you said that one of them is my portfolio, then what are the other 2?
the other one will be tutorials. The other one will be AIRS. Let me give you AIRS, AIR, Apprentice Impact Review. Let me give you the what next, because I'm always mindful of time and I don't want to keep you beyond 4:30. We will now, from now, start sending you little bite-sized videos of how to use Summitfolio. Can I just get a raise of hand? Who's given us consent to send them text messages? Yeah, got a few of us. Can I strongly encourage you? You should have on enrollment given us permission to send you texts as reminders and little videos. Can I encourage you to fill those in? It's the best way we communicate. Living in a day and age now, text messages is the best way. If it's email, I guarantee you will lose emails we send to you. So if you've not filled out a consent form so we can send you direct to your text, to your phones, please drop Clint. I'll put his email in the chat. Clint at innersummit.co.uk. Has everyone got that? Please give us permission so we can send you text, because what's going to happen next is we're going to send you little videos. We'll do it via email, but little videos so you know how to build your portfolio. Tiny little videos. Also, we will send you a video of this. So you've got it as a quick reference so you can have a look at it again. And we're with you. You've got a month now to just try. We will stay connected with you via text to keep you up to date with little videos and via email. Emails will get lost. They will vanish. Can I encourage you, please drop Clint a line and say, hey, I consent for you sending me text messages. What we do, we send out really important stuff like where you should be in off-the-job training, little videos. We send you little quotes as well to keep you going as the apprenticeship goes forward. So please give us consent to do that. Any final questions other than panic? Georgina?
Yeah, I have one. Do you just fill in like as you go, as you know, the skill scan, there's all of those different things. Do you just kind of, as you do some of those things, fill them in as you go?
Yeah.
Or do they correspond to the learning cycles?
I would highly recommend you do it as you go along. What you'll find is you don't need to wait for those learning cycles to build your portfolio. You'll look at those standards and you'll go, do you know what? I already do that. My line manager has given me time to do that. And you can put that in your evidence. Do not wait for these sessions to build your portfolio. And you'll see that as we go on through the program. We've had some very talented people like yourselves who've just cracked on and built their off-the-job training, built their portfolio. And when they come to these sessions, they just top and tail their portfolio with a few little extra bit of knowledge. So you can crack on and do that. Great question, Georgina. Any other
Sorry.
Georgina,
what counts as evidence?
What counts as evidence? Another great question. You know the off-the-job training log? If you open that Excel sheet and push the drop-down menu, you'll see everything that accounts for off-the-job training. There's a massive list there. It can be all of these events you come to with us. It can be if you're learning new knowledge. So, for example, your line manager might get you to do a presentation. You've never done that before. If you get evidence of that, that can meet a standard. You might chair a meeting for the first time. That can be evidence that you're influencing and persuading. There's lots of things that can be evidence. Karen?
I just want to ask, do you think that because of COVID at the moment, a lot of those things are not possible? So we're much more restricted to the types of things we can use, really. There's no conferences, there's no events, there's a lot of things that aren't options at the moment. I think even shadowing realistically is not possible.
It's a really good question. You'll find that a lot of your evidence will come from your everyday operations. When you go through those standards, for example, there's a standard about you can create emails and write letters. You'll be able to get evidence from your everyday practice when you do that. But there'll be other stretching things like coaching, how you meant to do coaching when you're working remotely. And we've got to be a bit more creative when you produce the evidence. It might be you recording you working with someone, shadowing them online, and you record that as evidence. So there's many ways. Any other final questions?
Chris, I've got one.
Fabio.
So I made a collection, called it my e-portfolio. And then Smart Evidence Framework, I put Business Admin Level 3, Portfolio Completion, I put yes. And then when I went to save it, it would give me like another collection and it says my full name and then it's got the 2 pages on there. Is that normal? Or?
Yeah, so you'll have the 2 pages, one being your completion page, one being your standards page, and then your 1 page you created. That is normal.
Okay.
Well done for getting that far. Well done. Any other questions? Kerry, Pete, Jem, Adam?
Yeah, Chris, I have a quick
Wahida.
question. It's not really about the sessions. Some of us have done our maths and English assessments, but haven't got any results or been told it's been received. What's going on with that? Do we get results on that?
Great, another great question. Your maths and English, those of you who've got your qualification, GCSE or above, will not need to do your maths and English at the end. However, we always embed maths and English throughout the whole of the apprenticeship. So you'll need to do skills forward. Your initial assessment is really for our internal use to see which level you're at. So when we set your skills forward platform, we set it at the right level. If you do want the results, Wahida, again, email Clint and he can get those sent to you. So Clint is the key email. The other key emails, the generic one, which comes to us all, if you send it to, here you go, good old fashioned generic one, hello@innersummit.co.uk. My email's chris@innersummit.co.uk. And folks, I'm going to do one last thing before we close. I'm going to take you through a series of, because I'm aware of time, I'm going to keep you about 5 minutes over, if that's okay. Is that all right with you, folk? Is that okay? Brilliant. Let me just go through a few last things. Again, it's being recorded, so you can come back to it. Here's the first thing. Whatever you've got in terms of smartphone, you know, I've got a Samsung, go to Google Store. If you've got the App Store, go to App Store. Download Mahara. Mahara is your Summitfolio. And what you can do is when you're on the go, so I'll stand out the way, sorry folks, download Mahara. Mahara is your e-portfolio system, Summitfolio. Put your username and password in, and you can actually upload to your portfolio from your phone. Brilliant bit of kit, really nice little app. So you can just upload, take a picture of something really quickly. Coming back to Adam's point that if you work in paper, you can quickly take a picture on your phone and upload it straight to your portfolio. Number 2, Basecamp. Again, another app. Can you Google Moodle app? Moodle, M-O-O-D-L-E. The icon looks like that. Through your respective Android or iPhone place, and you'll be able to access on your phone everything on Basecamp. So you'll be able to just scroll, watch the videos back, get the resources, be able to get everything on Basecamp from your phone as well. Brilliant little thing. 2 more things to do just before we close. First thing is, can you do the evaluation for me? I'm going to vanish out the way. Can you scan the QR code? Let me vanish out the way. This is the post-course evaluation for 4 sessions. If you can scan the QR code, we did the first one at the start. So if you can, grab your phones and quickly fill that out. And we get into a habit of doing evaluations. These evaluations are important because they show us your increase in knowledge, and it goes to your managers as well, so that we're showing this progression, that you are growing in your knowledge, skills, and behavior. They are anonymous, but the collective voice of your evaluations do get used. So please complete those.
Chris, can I ask a question?
Of course you can, Adam.
So let's say, who's the first port of call with all these people, you know, yourself included? We've got Clint. I think Millie has been contacting me from Inner Summer as well. If we've got like a tech issue, or, you know, like we're a little bit clueless because we're still getting to grips with it, but we're not that confident, and we want like a one-to-one on something before we get started, who's the best person to come to?
Yeah, if it's a administrative thing, as a general rule of thumb, go to hello@InnerSummit, because it goes to everyone and we'll pick it up. If it's something to do with tech, you can come to me, you can come to Rachel or Peter. So the 3 key people in terms of Summitfolio, me, Rachel, Peter. As you've met me, come direct to me. You met Rachel as well, go direct to Rachel, and we'll be more than willing to help you. We'll put on a little mini surgery, 30-minute surgery, and we can sit down and go through some stuff if you want.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Folks, one last thing I'm going to do. Here it is. We've got a month before we all meet. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split you off randomly into 3 groups. These group will be your support group before you start. It's going to be a random lottery, folks. And I'm going to split you off into 3 groups. You can call yourselves a wonderful name. You can be called the A1 team, the class apprentice team, the success team, whatever you're going to call yourselves. All I want you to do is exchange emails. And for this next month, stay connected via email so that you are supporting each other and sharing information. Is that okay for everyone? Thumbs up if you're all right with that. Yeah. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to mix you up randomly, exchange emails. Once you exchange emails, say bye to one another, and you're free to go from there. Is everyone okay with that? Brilliant. Folks, it's bye for me. Say bye to everyone. And I'm now going to mix you up wherever you land in Zoom space. Please exchange emails, and then you're free to go. I'll see you at the first workshop, end of April. Look after yourselves. Thank you for what you do, folks. Bye now.
Thanks.
Bye.
Exchange some emails. Away you go.